Yes, sir.
What's going on, man? You ready for us?
Yeah, man, come through.
Okay, man. We're getting ahead of your way right now. We'll be there in a minute.
All right, but I'll see you soon, bro.
All right.
Peace.
It's a great feeling to be back in it. Here goes the start to another season, season 2.
On a mission, reminiscing. Wanna talk to the hottest barbers in the business.
What's up? It's your boy, Mr. Superior. I'm right here at Barber Blvd in Markham, Illinois.
And you're watching Behind the Clippers.
So we got Dwayne Jones,
Yes, sir.
the one and only.
One and only.
The man. Tell us your story, how you got started. What got you into cutting?
Man, what got me into cutting, I remember being in high school and a friend of mine, he was taking barbering in high school. And I was like, man, barbers don't make no money. I had a couple of trials and tribulations early, you know, got myself into some trouble. It was hard to find a job. And a blessing to me, a cousin came to the house and he was like, man, you should go to barber college. And I was like, man, I ain't got nothing else going on, just sitting in the house going through depression. You know, so I went to the barber college and I met a mentor. I met a man that was successful legally, you know, what I considered to be successful, you know what I'm saying, financially. And he gave me some direction. You know, I was already working out. He was like, man, if you can apply that same energy that you take into the gym and use it in this trade, you'll be successful. And I did it. And I followed a couple more of his footsteps, and I met another mentor who was giving me a lot of game, because mentors are essential.
Absolutely.
Absolutely need them. You know, so now I've been cutting hair for 14 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been in the game for a minute now.
As far as you open up your own barbershop.
Man, bro, so when I was in barber college, the process had already started, you know what I'm saying? I was already a diligent young man, you know what I'm saying? So my mentor told me, he said, every week you should buy something. You know, if you can afford to buy a barber pole one week, the next week you can buy an open sign. Week after that you buy a hot towel cabinet. You know, so I was living in my parents' house and I was just stacking up all this equipment in the basement. And over time I would look at the corner, I'm like, man, I'm damn near ready. You know what I'm saying? So all I needed was the down payment for the rent.
I had somebody in a totally opposite business tell me the same thing. Start off, get everything first, and once you got it all together with the location, you get the location, and you'll be ready to go as soon as you hop in there.
Man, cause having the mentality of I need to save $20,000 or I need to save $25,000, that can be draining.
That's the definition of breaking it down into daily goals, short-term goals. You
Exactly.
know, you broke it down in segments. Man, that's amazing. And so you're from right here in Chicago, right?
Yeah, west side of Chicago, 290.
West side. So you ended up coming all the way out here, out south. How'd you end up going this far from?
My late cousin, he lived south suburbs, and when he passed, we seen his home. My parents seen his home, and they decided to move that way. I had never really left too far out of the city, you know. So once they made that transition, I soon followed, and yeah, I mean it's just been up from there. You know, I've gotten to know different little towns and suburbs, and Markham, they welcome me, and I'm a part of the community now.
So you came out here. I mean, that's a long way from you coming from the west side, you know, all the way to, you know, outside the hundreds, you know, all the way over here on by 159th. You had to start all over building clientele. You started from scratch out here.
I started from scratch, bro. I started from scratch. I don't have too many family member clientele that want to travel from the west side. So everybody, all my new relationships are just natural bonds that I've made over time. You know, I ain't go to high school with anybody in this area. You know, we went in the sandbox together, but it's all love, you know what I'm saying? They accept me as one of theirs. It also removed me from a lot of temptation that I could have been in the neighborhood that I grew up in, you know, the good and the bad.
Yeah.
You know, just things I didn't need to be involved in. When I remove myself, now that I'm in Markham, I'm kind of out the way of the element, of all those different elements, I can focus.
Yeah. You say you're telling me that you do classes on Sundays for these kids.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Man, bro, so during the pandemic, a lot of people didn't have any income, you know what I'm saying? During the shutdown, a lot of people couldn't make any money, and a lot of people just didn't have haircuts.
Right.
They just didn't feel as comfortable. You know, a man don't always feel as good when he ain't looking his best. Well, you got your kids at home, they looking like don't nobody love them because you can't go to a barber shop. You know, so I said to myself, you know what, in my shop, I want to introduce people to the trade. I'm not going to treat it like barber college. It's an introduction to barbering, you know, where I'm going to welcome individuals in, you know what I'm saying, for a 4-week period, 1 hour at a time. And I'm going to show you some skills, some clipper cutting skills, how to identify the tools and, you know, what they do. Now, it's for everybody, you know what I'm saying, adults and all, but a lot of people just love their kids. So I just ended up just teaching 11, 12-year-olds, sometimes 15, 16, you know, how to cut hair. So, you know, they all welcome. It's a real blessing to have a gift to be able to give.
Absolutely. Would you say barbering changed your life? How has barbering impacted you?
I thank God for barbering, bro. You know, at one point, and I guess before the rise of social media, people didn't even look at barbering or hairstylists as a real career.
Right.
You know, now we looked at it as like one of the top careers, or at least that's how I see it.
Yeah.
You know, it introduced me to entrepreneurship. You know, a way to invest in myself. You know, a way to for me to have a sense of pride in what I do, for one. You know, another thing is the ability to be creative in this craft, in barbering. Cutting hair is an art. You know, even when I teach somebody how to cut, you know, using the whatever techniques I want to show them, I let them know that you are an artist. This is going to be your style. So to have my own style, opposed to when I was working at a grocery store, I just got to do what they told me to do with those boxes.
Right.
Exactly how they told me to do it. But no, I get to do my thing, you know, doing barbering, and that's amazing, bro. I feel like a rapper, and I'm just trying to go platinum on haircuts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you right there. Hey,
Yeah.
you're doing it, man.
Yeah.
What advice can you give to upcoming barbering in this industry?
I would say that there will be a lot of barbers around you that will have a mediocre mindset, and you cannot afford to get caught up in that. You have to treat your business as if it's elite. You know, take business that serious. You know, ain't no telling what opportunities may lie. You know, if an opportunity walks through the door, the only person that's truly an opportunity for is the one that's been preparing for it. You know, so always put yourself around opportunities to develop and evolve. That's all I'm gonna say, and everything gonna fall into place.
What gives you your motivation every day to keep doing what you're doing?
Man, at this point, man, I got 2 beautiful little girls,
God bless.
2 and 10. You know that I have to be a representation of what I want them to develop and grow and be.
See with that mindset, I can't see how you can lose out here. I can't see how your kids can lose out here. You know, having you in that mind state where I gotta win no matter what, because it's not just for me. It's not just for. I'm not just doing this for me no more. I got my babies looking after me. I got the community looking after me. That's you know, that's what makes a leader. You know, that's what makes a leader.
Man, a king is supposed to do for the people what the people can't do for themselves. And I call myself a king. I am a king. So I got you.
King Jones.
King Jones.